Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel. Today it is super rainy where I am, and it's actually been rainy for several days, and it's gonna continue being rainy for several days, and I think that's why I've been thinking a lot recently about some of these things, let me be more specific. So in the wake of all of the social distancing and the self-isolating, and even for some people or areas full-on quarantining, there's been a huge shift in focus and working from home, generally doing your part to not spread, COVID-19. And so I posted on Instagram because I was getting a lot of requests for people basically asking if I could give them tips on how to work from home, how to do this, and this is for some people the first time they've ever had to do this. I was allowed to work from home for a period of time while I was working in my corporate job, so I was kind of used to it, kind of shifted back to the office, and then now of course I completely work for myself and I write for myself. And in that post I basically said how it took me, I think, a full year of doing it before I kind of adjusted to the lifestyle and was able to be as productive as I am now, which still, as you guys have seen in vlogs, kind of ebbs and flows. I think it's just been really hard for a lot of people because as a community we're already kind of hyper-focused on productivity because we can attempt to compare ourselves and see the productivity of everyone around us. And obviously a lot of us are dealing with things differently right now, but you still are comparing output because I guess some part of it's human nature, right? And up until the rainy weather, I'd actually been personally doing okay because it wasn't a huge change. I've been making a whole list of coffee shops in San Antonio that I want to visit. I want to do a whole coffee shop tour, and something about imagining what I can do some mythical day when we see a potential return to normalcy, which it's gonna be a different normal anyways. But this dream is helping me a lot right now, but so is running outside, keeping my distance. But now I can't do that, so I'm feeling extra cooped up. And then, for me personally, surrounded by more people than usual all the time, which I'm not usually. Usually it's just me and I have plenty of time to work on things and whatever, and let me tell you, I had been talking with someone and I was saying how for me, for a while, it seemed fine, but my productivity has definitely taken a hit, and it's theoretically not any different than what I normally do. So anyways, I just wanted to chat about that and also talk about the dumb things I've thought up as ways to simultaneously feed into my desire to be productive and then also just giving myself a break. So yeah, anyways, I guess this is what this chat's about. I've also been experimenting with a lot of old teas that I had in the cupboard. So I talked in my authortube AMA video about how I've been writing letters to people who've written letters to me, which has been so nice. And again, it's one of those things that's been on my list of stuff to do for forever, but just in the general day-to-day, I haven't found the time to do it. And it's definitely about me finding time. It's not it takes a whole lot, but I just didn't before, and so this has been a nice kind of thing. I'm even being pen pals with some of my very close friends and being should we send actual letters to each other? And there's a whole thing, we have a little pile of mail that we let stay in the place for 2 days before we open it and everything, but I don't know, it's nice. A return to sending and receiving letters, real letters, handwritten letters. And yeah, I'm kind of digging it. I don't know at what point I would have realized how much I liked it if this hadn't happened, so it's a weird bonus, I guess. Another thing that had been on my list for forever but I hadn't done anything with was actually to go through old contacts on my phone and just delete them. If I haven't talked to this person in 5 years, just delete them. And I cannot tell you, using that as a benchmark, I could use 10 years for some of the contacts I have in this phone. But it's actually really nice. I don't know, it's somewhat about the organization and just getting rid of stuff. There's a lot of noise, I guess, even from my phone. So not even noise surrounding my general actual living quarters, but just on my phone because I see it all the time and I use it so often. To get rid of some of that noise is helpful. I've even gone through my apps and deleted stuff, so I don't know. Is this a suggestion or just stuff I've been doing? I don't know. I want suggestions though. What's some easy stuff y'all have been doing to either help keep your mind off of things or stuff you've been putting off on your giant list of to-dos that you're finally getting around to? I've also been debating buying a Switch because I played it when David and Callie visited way back in January. Oh no, February even? It was February. Time is so confusing now. It was February that they visited and I got to play on the Switch and it was so fun, and then I'm seeing all these people talk about Animal Crossing and I'm just I want to play. So I'm debating ordering one. I want to play Super Smash Bros. I want to play more Mario Kart. I have my old Nintendo 64 still, So I'm even debating until I do the Switch, just like cracking that out and playing. The rain's really coming down. But anyways, I guess back on semi-topic. Is this a topic? I don't know. I think a lot of us have illusions when we're transitioning from working a job under someone else to then working for ourselves, that because we love working for ourselves, we'll suddenly put in so much effort and so much focus and be so productive because we've been kept from being able to be fully that for a long time because of the job or a life situation or whatever. And so we have all these expectations on this thing without realizing what a huge mental hurdle it is. And maybe some people are really good at it. And maybe some people don't take a year, you know, to get used to this kind of new lifestyle, but it did take me that long. And I just want to say that I know I've helped feed into this kind of focus on productivity and like writing all the words and stuff, but I just want to like PSA, it could take a while, or like just don't be so hard on yourself, because even throughout that year I was actually really hard on myself. And looking back at it, even though I was finally doing what I wanted to do, I don't think I was I was happy. I was happy to be able to do what I want to do, but I was being mean to myself, I guess is what I'm saying. So try not to be mean to yourself, I don't know. I've also recently started watching a lot of smaller authortubers because going back to Instagram, I asked people who their favorites were. It's been weird because I've always allowed myself to watch authortube and think of it as work in some capacity, or like maybe more like making contacts, like it was a social thing, even though obviously I'm just watching it in like at home. But I hadn't been doing that for a really long time. I've actually been watching a lot of TV, but it's nice, I guess, to transition back to authortube and actually feel like I'm finding people and doing all this stuff. I don't know. Things are weird. Is that what, in conclusion, things are weird? I know this doesn't help if you wanted like a distraction from things, which I usually like to think of my videos as like a distraction from, I don't know. They're more entertainment than they are like helpful in some way, other than to like not feel alone. So maybe this still fits. Like it's certainly not as entertaining, but hopefully, you know, I guess you don't feel alone, or I don't feel alone. Yeah, so anyways, let me know what you're doing to help distract yourself from things, or if you're able to be productive, have you felt an increased pressure to be productive? Or maybe you don't have the time to be productive. Maybe you work an essential job and life's even more crazy than usual. It's hard out there, I guess, in conclusion. How many times have I said that? I'm going back to what my goal for the year was initially, which is just to, you know, be kind to others, which I think I have down a lot better than the second half of that, which is be kind to myself. So as I'm working through this weird time, I'm just trying to refocus on being kind to myself. And so hopefully you will do the same for yourself too. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.